Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Just a quick announcement to go ahead and follow me on patreon.com/bow-and-arrow-tarot to be part of the draw for the Dreams of Gaio Tarot deck giveaway. This deck is going to be given away on August 15th by a random draw of all of my patrons over on Patreon. And all I ask for is just $1 a month donation from you all on that site to help me be able to get more of these tarot decks and oracle decks and do more unboxings and reviews and giveaways. All right. But for right now, thank you so much, and on to the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be looking at the soulmate connection for Capricorn. This is your divine feminine, divine masculine relationship. And we're going to be looking at it for the next 7 days, from the 8th to the 14th. We're going to get right into it, Capricorn. Get your 2 angel messages out. First one is, this could be the one. All right. The second one, make the effort. All right. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. All right. Beautiful cards. Bottom of the deck, we have flirt. So be lighthearted, right? Flirt. You know, revel in your sexuality a little bit. Enjoy, right? Flirting can be part of making the effort, right? Putting yourself out there a little bit. But we won't really know what that all means for you, Capricorn, until we pull out your 7 cards. So let's do that now. Let's see what's going on for our lovely Capricorns and their soulmate connection, their twin flame connection for the week. Oops, cards are jumpy today. Alright, Capricorn, I'm going to cut your deck and see what's up for you this week. And this is a reading for those of you who are together or you found your soulmate. Whether you may not be together at this moment, or if you're on the outs or arguing, what have you. But this is not for those of you who are still pulling in your soulmate, but certainly for those of you who have found him, right? Him or her. And we have 10 of Wands. Interesting. Looked like this was the card that was trying to jump out a few minutes ago or a few seconds ago when I was shuffling. 10 of Swords is the end of a really long battle, right? It's the end of a struggle. Time to lay down the burdens and the baggage. We have 5 of Wands is how your person is identifying themselves. We have 3 of Pentacles is how they see you. And we have 2 of Cups is how they see the relationship. Wow, beautiful. All right, for you, Capricorn, we have 6 of Cups is how you're identifying right now. How you see the relationship is a 9 of Pentacles. Excuse me, how you see your person is a 9 of Pentacles. And how you see the relationship is Temperance. It's quite interesting. All right, let's move these all up a little bit so you can see all of the cards. All right. Interesting. All right, so let's get right into it. Bottom of the deck we have Page of Cups. So this is the flirting, right? This is the making an effort. Showing a token of love, right? Being out with your feelings, not afraid to show your feelings, to express your feelings to each other. You know, you can see there the Page of Cups. He's quite confident, isn't he? And he's flirtatious, right? His eyes are looking up. He has a cup. He's offering just a little token of his affection, right? All right, let's get right into your main card for the relationship. We have a 10 of Wands, all right? And so that can indicate, let's make sure we get this. There we go. That can indicate a long period of struggle, but kind of, you know, Emotional, I want to say, spiritual struggles. The Ten of Wands represents a lot of burdens that we have collected, baggage, hang-ups, low self-esteem, blockages, right? I mean, you can see how the wands kind of block the character's vision, right? The character leans on them as if they're his crutch, right? And he has this kind of forward momentum, but it's not like he's in any real control, right? He doesn't know where he's going. He can't see where he's going. And so this lets you know the dichotomy of the card. It's times in our lives where we hold on to certain things that we believe help us as a crutch. But when you come to the Ten of Wands, it's the point in your life where you've realized that you no longer need it. You realize it's a crutch. You realize that ultimately you're worse off holding on to it than you would be just letting go, right? And following your own vision. And so this is what we talk about with the Ten of Wands in terms of laying down burdens, laying down baggage, freeing yourself, right? It's interesting. This is a really beautiful card to have for a relationship because it seems to indicate that you guys are both ready to kind of make an effort, right? Make a real effort. Once you lay down those wands, you're now walking upright, right? And so you're making the effort yourself to go forward rather than holding on to old ideas about each other, old ideas about yourself. And so that's quite good. It's quite a good feeling, right? Now, your person is identifying with Five of Wands, and that's quite interesting because that's a power struggle, right? Oftentimes, a power struggle like this, a Five of Wands power struggle, it's one-upmanship. It's, right now they feel like they're feeling harassed. They're feeling like they're having to fight. They're feeling like they're in the middle of this kind of struggle, right? This power struggle, like I said, whether it be at work or at home. But this is how they're feeling. They're feeling very angsty, okay? And this could be just this week. I'm not saying this is not about the relationship as a whole. These are weekly forecasts, And just like with any relationship, there's some weeks where you're going to be up and down. But if this message resonates with you, then this means that this week your person is really kind of in a bit of a, I want to say, a negative space. They feel like they're in a bit of a turmoil. They certainly feel like they're having to be very aggressive, right? You're feeling quite good though, right? You're feeling like you're in a really happy space. You're feeling very contented and harmonious. You're feeling very happy with the relationship this week. You're really happy with your relationship with your soulmate, right? But your soulmate's going through it, okay? And it could be that this is something that has nothing at all to do with you, because if you're feeling like this and your person is feeling like Five of Wands, then something is going on somewhere, right? And you may not be aware of it. They may be feeling like this because of family issues. There may be issues with their friends, what have you. It all really depends on how entwined you guys are with each other's lives. You can be with your soulmate and not live together, etc. So it really all depends. But obviously this is the message of this reading. Now your person sees you as a Three of Pentacles. So this is beautiful. They see you as somebody who works very hard, who puts all of their mind, body, and soul into their career. That's what these Three Pentacles represent. Mind, body, and soul. The three, the coming together, the bonding, the loyalty in all ways. But in Pentacles, so we talk about career, we talk about putting everything into what you do for a living. So this isn't just punching a clock. This is for those of you who have been lucky enough really to be able to work in a field that you're actually passionate about. It's something that's very close to your heart. And so this is how your person sees you. It's very industrious. They see you as somebody who's just very, works really hard, Now, your person sees you as Nine of Pentacles, right? So the Nine of Pentacles is similar to the Queen in that way that she's mastered, right? This character has mastered abundance, bringing in abundance. She's mastered, she knows what it takes, right? She has worked very hard for everything. You can see that she's taken the time to master certain skills. That's indicated with the falcon on her hand. The garden she's in is a garden that she's created, right? through a lot of hard work, right? The fruits, you can see the wine there to indicate like richness, right? But she is alone. I don't know why my camera keeps doing that. She is alone, and this is what we see in the Nine of Pentacles, is that within the inherent in all of the 9 cards of all the suits is that the characters are always alone, right? It's that 9 is the Hermit card in the Major Arcana. And so the lesson with the 9 cards is always like, you know, you acquire all this abundance, right? But are you happy if it alienates you, right? Sometimes she's in a garden by herself. So sometimes we're alienated by our abundance. We are alienated in the sense that we may alienate friends who can't come, come with us. They can't, they don't have the level of abundance or the level of finances to be able to do all the things that you can do. And so then that creates a rift, right? That creates alienation. And so sometimes whatever it takes to get all of this abundance sometimes can leave you being alone though, right? Away from those of you who love. And so it's interesting that you see your person like this, right? Is your person also a workaholic? Are they also somebody who's really always striving, and then as a result, alone to a certain degree, without a lot of social friends, etc., right? I mean, clearly you're with them, right? Because this is a reading about those of you who are with your soulmate, who found your soulmate, but it's interesting that this is how you see them. Maybe you don't also realize that behind all of this, there is a lot of turmoil that they're going through. There's a lot of angst going on. There's a lot of fighting going on, and it could be very much, I would say, maybe at their job, right? Because you see, you know what I mean? It's like you almost as if you see them as having everything and, things not necessarily coming easy to them, but not that they're in any kind of turmoil, right? The 9 of Pentacles, she doesn't indicate that she's fighting or arguing with people, yet your person feels like this. Now, how do they see the relationship? They see the relationship as the 2 of Cups, which is quite beautiful. They see it as a perfect match, right? An emotional perfect match, right? A sharing of emotions. They want to talk to you. I think they want to come together with you and express themselves. Again, make the effort, right? Flirting. I think they perhaps this week it might be good to make the effort with your person, right? To make an effort to check and see what's going on with them. And those of you who resonate with this, you'll know what I'm talking about, because it'll be as if everything's going okay, but you can tell that there's something that's bothering your person. There's something that's up with them this week. Now, how do you see the relationship? As temperance, right? Tempering yourself. There's this kind of like fine adjustment all the time, right? It's quite interesting because temperance is dominion over self. It's the second 4, 14. First 4 is the Emperor, who has dominion over the land and others, right? Society. But temperance talks about having control of yourself, not flying off the handle, not, being extreme, having control of yourself, understanding your emotions, your angers, understanding everything about yourself so that you know how to put your best foot forward in all situations, right? It's interesting that you see the relationship like that. It could be that the relationship for you offers a sense of calm, a sense of balance, right? You may, with these 2 cards, it's quite interesting. You both draw strength from the relationship, Capricorn. Your person draws strength from being close with you, right? The expression of love that they have with you. And you draw strength from the relationship in terms of temperance, meaning you draw strength in terms of being able to control your own self and your own emotions, I think, right? For whatever reason, this works out. This is a good dynamic for you two. However, this week just requires, I think, a bit more effort on either or both of your parts, right? Certainly for you, in terms of temperance, it may be because right now, you know, like I said, it could be quite like you could be feeling for the most part that everything is all right with your friend, with your person, right? But you may not be realizing that they themselves are having issue with their friends or their family, etc. And so you may be feeling like you're having to exercise a lot of temperance in the relationship because you don't understand why their feelings are going up and down. And so you're trying to cope with it all. You're trying to keep up with it all, but perhaps you don't know that behind the scenes this struggle is going on. They may be trying to keep it from you, okay? Just to protect you in a way, right? But I think this week it's going to come up. All right, and it's interesting, again, 10 of Wands talks about laying down burdens. So your person, your soulmate, your twin flame may be ready to lay down a certain burden that you have not known about, perhaps. It may be a portion of their lives that maybe you didn't know about or that you only recently found out about. That's an important part of their lives, but they're ready for that part to be over. It's been a difficult part. And of course, you guys being together, you know, you do this together. You're going through this together. All right, let me pull your 3 cards, and then we're going to call this a wrap, right? For the week for Capricorn and their soulmate, your twin flame, divine feminine or divine masculine connection. Quite interesting. You know, sometimes these readings, I want to make it clear that these are just weekly forecasts, and these are just weekly forecasts for some of you out there. It's not going to resonate with everyone, right? These are not meant to be kind of indicative of the relationship as a whole or the future, you know, prognosis, I want to say, of the relationship. You know, we're just looking at a week snapshot, you know. And like I said before, all of us go through so many different things in life and in relationships. Some weeks are going to be up and down, right? And like I said, this week, this is a relationship from here, right? What I can tell from this reading, this is a really harmonious relationship. You guys have a really good way of communicating. You really care about each other. You can see where you guys support each other. You both have a love of working and progressing in that way, Capricorn. So the connection I can see very clearly. But when we look at a snapshot this week and we talk about making an effort, I'm just making an extra effort because your person may be going through some extra turmoil this week, right? And this is why we come to the weekly forecast, just to see, you know, if it resonates with you, to get a little bit more insight as to what's actually going on. Certainly, sometimes when you're with somebody, you don't always know why they're feeling the way they're feeling. You know, certainly if it's the beginning of the relationship. 5 of Wands, first card out. So here we go. You know, 5 of Wands, 5 of Wands. Somebody is going through some turmoil. Rivalry is what it's called. The card is called in a Beautiful Creatures deck, right? So this is what I'm talking about. It's a power struggle. So there's rivalry. Could be that somebody is kind of vying for your affections and your person hasn't been telling you. But they've been feeling like they've been having to kind of like fight in a way for you, right? There's maybe other suitors out there. And you're kind of, you know, going along with your work and the relationship is feeling good, but you may not be. I just have the sense that you don't know exactly the whole story. And here's the sun clarity coming in. All right, so that's exactly what I meant. And this is this is why I love pulling the 3 cards at the end, because they're more like clarifiers for the reading. But yes, there's rivalry going on. I don't think you've been knowing about it, Capricorn, because you've been busy with work. You've been busy with just enjoying the relationship, right? King of Wands is in. So I think your person is feeling like the King of Wands in a sense, like they have to hold down this relationship, right? They have to make sure. Leadership, King of Wands, right? This is Leo energy, right? So Leos can be quite territorial, proud, okay? And of course, these readings aren't gender specific. So if you're talking about a 9 of Pentacles, it's how you see your person. Again, this is a person who's been quite successful, right? They've built up this garden, as I've said, of abundance. So they're quite successful. And I think this is your person. They're King of Wands. And somebody is coming at them And I think it could be for you, it could be at work, but whatever the case may be, you're going to get clarity on it this week because the sun has come out. Okay, and so this is what I'm talking about. This is the week for you to get to the bottom of something that you probably didn't know about, especially with the sun coming out. Now, there's no moon energy. There's no deception anywhere in terms of a feeling of purposely lying. I think this is just a case of your person, your soulmate, just going through this and you just simply not being aware of it. I don't think that they have necessarily been lying to you, but they may not have told you the whole truth, because if this is a case of somebody vying for your affections, or if they feel like they're being harassed for something at work that they think might worry you. Things like this, right? Could be family matters, right? But whatever the case may be, this week you're going to get clarity on it and you're going to talk about it, right? And get to the bottom of it. Hopefully next week, I'd love to have, and I do take note of my readings. I keep a log of all my readings. We're going to see how this story carries on, because it would be nice to see if there's a follow-on next week of this story in terms of you guys having come together, right, and having had this communication. In any case, there's a very important stage that for either of you, or maybe for both of you as a couple, you're coming to the end of. And that's happening certainly this week. All right, guys, so this is your reading, Capricorn, for the week of August 8th to the 14th. This is your reading for your twin flame connection, your divine feminine, divine masculine soulmate connection. And if this resonated with you, please like and subscribe. Help me grow my channel and all of that good stuff. But for right now, I'm just going to say I love you, Capricorn. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.